Alright, but here's our debris. This was one of the things that we saw immediately upon landing on this planet. It was on our map to begin with. Where exactly is it, though? Here it is. Right there. As is often the case, it is a crashed probe. Of course, and send us out on the other side. I try to park right next to it. Whoa! This one looks tough. Ooh, well, that's not gonna work. Oh, I should have had that. There's an opening there for sure. That was obviously not an opening. Well, we're not gonna get it this time. Hold on. Set number 2. Wait for our moments. Waiting for our moments. Huzzah! Okay, and we get Sledgehammer rounds 10. Not bad. That's probably the highlight of that list. And let's hop in. And let's see. At this point, we have an anomaly over here. Definitely want to check that out. And then we'll continue our loop. We are coming around the home stretch here. Of course, we haven't really seen the middle of the planet much yet, so we might also try to check that. So what is this question mark here, this anomaly? Come on, Mako. Mercenaries of some variety, it seems. Mercenary corpse? Medallion recovered. This mercenary was carrying a League of One medallion. There's no indication how or where he found it. Okay. Got this crate that we examined, even though the examine sign is, like, clearly well above the actual crate itself. Judging by the footprints in the ash, the two mercenaries were facing each other over the crate when they died. Both suffered single gunshot wounds and have a rifle close beside them. The contents. Okay, well, we get the Matriarch's writings. I mean, it sounds like those guys were dueling. Prying open the crate, we discover a carefully wrapped, handwritten copy of one of Matriarch Delnaga's treatises. It is unlikely she penned it herself, but the flowing brushwork and intricate watercolor illustrations clearly show the hand of a master scribe. Right, does that still count? Not sure that counts. I mean, it does, I'm sure, but... And we've also got this upgrade kit. Burner rounds 10, some more shredder rounds. Don't think there was anything on the other side of this guy. No? Alright. So there's that anomaly. So now, let's just mark more or less this bottom corner here. It's not like exactly the corner, but you know what I mean. And if then here, now remember, it was this southern area, go further in this direction, where we started to see the lava pits. Didn't see any of the northern part of the planet, thankfully. But we may be getting back to that kind of thing rather soon. So look out. And there it is. I think that means we have been, if not here, then very close to here previously. We are probably good to start heading up north. Basically just checking to see the middle of the planet here. Make sure we didn't miss anything, because I think we landed right around, like, here-ish, not far from where we currently are. Don't think we made it all the way up here. Let's probably just go more or less in a straight line, to the extent that we can. There's that marker there, and I think, you know, if there is anything hanging out in the middle, hopefully we'll catch it on our way over to that spot. And if not, then we will conclude this venture over to this planet that we technically did not have any missions in, but did, of course, have a couple of Thresher Maws to take down. And I couldn't pass up that opportunity. Oh, I'm sorry, Pressure Jaw. In case that wasn't clear. Suppose, since, like I was saying, I think those were the last Thresher Maws of the game for us. In case it wasn't clear from all the previous times when I said it, yes. I realized that a lot of times, as the Mako comes sliding down here, that as we were exploring Uncharted Worlds, I did, you know, theorize as to some potential Thresher Maw encounters on any of a number of situations, or many occasions. And, you know, at one point it felt like perhaps I was, you know, it's getting a little bit, getting a little repetitive. Felt like it was becoming one of those buzzwords. And so, you know, we switched it over. We saw the game and we flipped it on its head. No more Thresher Maws, and in came the Pressure Jaws. So in case it wasn't clear, yes, every time we previously said the words Pressure Jaw randomly when exploring a planet, that's what I was alluding to. But you probably figured that out. Okay, and we got this interesting sort of like, you know, purplish magenta glare, or whatever you want to call it. Glare, right? And this is the spot we were looking for. Now, admittedly, I got very distracted by that and was not looking at our map in the bottom right corner at all. But I think we're pretty much done here. I don't think we saw anything else. In which case, I mean, the biggest things were, of course, wanted to make sure that we got the chance to encounter the double Thresher Maw. And especially since they were outside the bounds of the world. It made it, you know what, definitely a very unique planet in that sense. But I think we're all set here. So let's head back on up. Okay, so, and now, or not equipment, we're looking at our assignments here. We will see that, well, every last thing here is grayed out. Of course, we do still have the main quest mission, but there is one exception to all that stuff, because, of course, it may appear as though we finished every side quest, but not quite. Not quite, because we've talked about it previously. But we still have yet to do Asteroid 57, which is actually in the same cluster as Utopia, which is where we had Eden Prime, obviously the tutorial, the first planet we ever went to in the game. But in the Asgard system, let's travel here. You will find something else, something new. Okay, let's see, we have Asteroid 57, which is a metallic asteroid originally located at the trailing Lagrange point of the gas giant Bohr. With the increased development on Terra Nova, a new orbital port facility was necessary. Due to a shortage of funding, it was decided to mine out X-57, using the recovered resources to finish out the interior for habitation. The asteroid was decelerated from Bohr's orbit using fusion torches, allowing it to fall into the orbit of Terra Nova. Recently, communications with the engineering team on X-57 have been lost. Fusion torches have reignited, and the asteroid is accelerating toward Terra Nova. That doesn't sound good. So we can land here, but first let's do a little bit more reading about the other places, like, namely, Terra Nova. So Terra Nova was one of the Class 1 colonization prospects discovered by the first wave of Alliance surveys in 2150. It was the second human extrasolar colony, and the first beyond the Charon mass relay. It currently has the highest population of any Alliance colony. It is the biggest colony, so basically the largest human settlement outside of Earth. So pretty important for that reason. Very important for that reason. Though banded by a harsh equatorial desert, areas closer to the poles are temperate. The pace of development was modest until extensive deposits of platinum were discovered in the 2170s. This rare metal, required in clean burning hydrogen fuel cells that power private vehicles, attracted a platinum rush of immigrants and investment from throughout Alliance space. In the past 12 years, Terra Nova has seen a 30% rise in population, and growth does not appear to be slowing. Okay, so, talking about that population, it is 4.4 million. That is apparently the size of the largest colony outside of Earth, at least for humans. And the temperature is 56 degrees. I mean, it said that around the equator it is quite hot, desert-like, but then at the poles, much more temperate, so maybe this is close to the poles where we're getting that temperature reading from. So apparently, at the moment at least, Asteroid 57 is on a collision course with Terra Nova, and what would that being the largest human colony? That's not a good thing. Then we have Bohr, that really looked bluish from out in space. Bohr is a huge hydrogen-helium gas giant with over 90 moons. Its striking colorization is caused by the light of ionized hydrogen filtering through an upper cloud deck of sodium. The source of the ionization has not yet been confirmed. A Bohr's mass, equal to 6 Jupiters, and high temperature suggests it may be a small brown dwarf, a large gas giant that gained nearly enough mass to ignite into a small star. Wow. Though Bohr's deep gravity well makes mining operations difficult, it is the only gas giant in the system. The hydrogen needed for the local fuel cell industry, combined with the ever-present need for helium-3 fusion torch fuel, make it economical to mine. Okay, so that's Bohr. Then we have Tyr. And Tyr is compositionally quite similar to Earth. However, it lies over 4 AU from Asgard, the star, and possesses an atmosphere primarily composed of nitrogen and ethane. While a potential target for terraforming, the presence of the shirt sleeves habitable Terra Nova in the same system relegated Tyr to a support role. So basically, just when Terra Nova was here, there was little reason to pursue Tyr. Nearly 100 corporations, human and alien, have constructed extensive teleoperated mining, refining, and manufacturing facilities across the face of Tyr. Combined with the platinum lodes of Terra Nova, the resources they produce are driving development of the local hydrogen fuel cell industries. The Asgard system now supplies nearly 4% of the galactic market. Wow. So there is a colony here, or at least some kind of outpost, with a population of almost 50,000. It is cold though. Minus 73 degrees Celsius. That hurts. And lastly, we have Loki. Now streaming on Netflix. No, not Netflix. Disney Plus. Loki is a small terrestrial world. Little to recommend it. Sorry, Loki. One hemisphere is largely covered by an ice cap, and the other by craggy basaltic highlands. The rough, varied terrain suggests an ancient cataclysm caused significant damage to the world, called Ragnarok. It is seemingly reinforced by its unusually elliptical orbit, which reaches 6.5 AU at the perigee. Perigee? I actually don't know how you pronounce that. And 7.1 AU at the apogee. Penetrating scans of... So, it's just like a huge oval, orbit. Or a very extreme oval rather than a circle. Penetrating scans of Loki's ice cap reveal a network of crisscrossing subterranean tunnels. Because some of the tunnels were surprisingly regular in shape and size, early expeditions looked for evidence of excavation. It was concluded they formed by natural processes. Loki's thin atmosphere is mainly composed of krypton and xenon. When it approaches perigee, what did we say? Perigee? Is that the pronunciation we're going with? Frozen sulfur trioxides and dioxides can evaporate into clouds on the hemisphere facing Asgard. Yeah, and it's pretty cold. Nothing to examine there. And that means all we have is just the asteroid here, and no description, or no quests at this point to tell us what the deal is here, other than just the description here that does say that it is currently, or at least seems to be, on a collision course with Terra Nova, which is something we probably want to do something about. So let's land. Okay, and so for our team here... Ooh, this is a good question. I think... What do we want? I think we're going to want a good mixture. Some people being sort of close-range specialists. Other people a little bit more long-range specialists. I think we'd like to have a combo of biotics and tech. So, I think we go... either Tally or Garrus for our tech. We get by with... I think we go Garrus. Just to give us the range. Tally can't really provide, especially because when it comes to biotics, we're either looking at Liara or we're looking at Rex. Rex being mid to short range, whereas Liara, I mean, for biotics, have not the longest, probably Sniper still has better range than biotics. But, think... Yeah, let's go Liara.
Status. Sensors reveal 3 fusion torches propelling Asteroid X-57. At its current rate of acceleration, the asteroid will collide with Terra Nova in approximately 4 hours.
Oh!
Analysis. Torches must be disabled to cease the acceleration.
Hello. I heard your transmission. Can you hear me? You haven't found me yet, but I can't talk long. Shut down the fusion torches. I'm going to die. God, I hope you're hearing this.
We gotcha. Alright, well. So we may not have had any journal entries on this previously, but immediately upon landing here, we'll now find that this is X-57, Bring Down the Sky, which is one of the DLC of Mass Effect 1, or at least originally was. Now in Legendary Edition gets bundled in with everything else. But in some ways it is sort of, you know, a little bit separate from the other things that we've seen, and that is perhaps why it did not show up on our assignments list until we actually landed here. So after landing on this small asteroid, we were contacted by a human. Do we really know it's a human based on just the voice alone? 3 fusion torches are being used to direct the asteroid into the path of a nearby planet. She's urged you to find the torches and shut them down. Okay, so disable the torches, find the 3 fusion torches, and disable them. Okay, sure. Take a look at our map here real quick, and we have torch here, torch there, and a torch there. We also have a transmission tower not too far away. So, and we also, let's see, have 1 point can spend on the Yara, and I think we were saying previously that we wanted to try to get all the way up to Master Barrier with her. So let's go for that. And, Garrus is fine from skill point standpoint, but we did recently put the hazard armor on him, which, as you can see here, is significantly worse than the armor he would otherwise be using. So let's make sure we put that back on. Speaking of which, actually, oh, I was going to say, remember we were talking about how we got an additional copy of Colossus 10, and we were saying to ourselves, oh, darn, we just bought this. Maybe that's a waste that we happen to loot it as well, but remember, Liara may be an Asari, but she does technically wear human armor, and so this is actually also the best armor for her. So, no, we did need it. That works quite well. Okay, so then when it comes to what we actually want to do first here, though, I think let's hit this transmission tower if we can, and then we'll see what we can do about these torches. So there's also a question mark back here. In fact, it doesn't show up on our map, but it is over here. So I'd say let's go for it while we're in the area and see what it's all about. What do we have here? We have a technician kit, which gives us an Omni tool. Okay, and so you may remember I said on previous occasions, and one of the reasons why I deliberately waited to do this mission for a long time was because you get access to some really good gear. And primary things I'm talking about are that we get lots of Omni tools and lots of biotic amps, which, as we've said previously, are very hard to get. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to wait until we were consistently getting gear that was dropping at level 10, so that if we do get a really nice biotic amp or Omni tool, then it's going to be basically the Omni tool or biotic amp that we use for the rest of the game. Alternatively, you could choose to go to this mission early and get a bunch of morality points. That would be another thing that is potentially reason to do this earlier on. And it does become accessible to you as soon as you finish becoming a Spectre. So it is available very early, but obviously we're doing it very late. So this victim was badly beaten before being killed with a pistol shot to the back of the head at close range. It's likely he surrendered, only to be executed by his sadistic captors. Oh man. That's G. Mendel. Look at our journal here. So we obviously have Bring Down the Sky, which is the primary thing here of stopping this asteroid from crashing into Terra Nova, but we also have some missing engineers. There are 3 engineers missing on the surface of X-57. Himes, Mendel, and Montoya. We just found one of them. They're alive. They need to be rescued. If they're not, someone should be told where they are. We found the body of Mendel, but Himes and Montoya are still missing. Okay, so in that case, we'll be on the lookout for them, I suppose. And we don't really need the gel there. I don't think, although, well, actually, come to think of it, we have been using gel every now and again, so there's a chance we do. Okay, what's the deal with the logs? Survey Station 3, final entry, logged by Engineer G. Mendel. The central transmission tower is on the fritz again. No one ever listens to my warnings about single points of failure. I'm surprised our surface comms work half as well as they do. When Sludge shows up to relieve me, I'll go see if I can get the old girl back up and running. Okay. And that updates our area map here. And actually, places... I don't... Did we actually place our marker directly on top of this guy? Or did the game do that for us for this transmission tower? That may technically be the map update that it was given us. But, I mean, either way, we will probably end up going in that direction. Make sure we aren't missing anything around here. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, we had a lot of luck recently with picking up particularly good biotic amps. But an Omni tool would be welcome as well, for sure. Of course, I mean, at least for us, we can equip both of them simultaneously, actually, as can Liara. For her, not nearly as important because she only has 1 tech ability. But, then of course, Tally could use a really good Omni tool as well. This is pretty steep. However, is it too steep for the Mako? Can we still make it work? Come on, Mako. Okay, let's just double check here. Got this transmission tower, yes. We are seeing an enemy showing up on the map. Those rhombus shapes are usually powerful enemies at that. We'll have to keep an eye out for those. And the music is different here. It is very intense. And of course, the message that we got was that this asteroid was going to come crashing into Terra Nova in 4 hours. So it does give a sense of urgency, because, you know, there is Terra Nova right there. However, I should note, I mean, really pose minor spoiler / potentially immersion breaking thing here, but don't worry, not actually time for 4 hours. If you're thinking like, oh man, can I leave the game? Can I save and play tomorrow and still be okay? Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry. In theory, you can actually, I believe you can even leave. I meant to go in there, but there we go. You can even leave the planet or leave the asteroid once you've arrived and come back later, and you're still fine. But anyways, data link between the transmission tower and several survey stations have been restored. Survey station locations are now shown on your map. Okay, so that is key. Because now, we obviously were just there at Survey Station 3, We now know there's survey station 1 over here, and 2 over there. So we know of places where we should deliberately make a point of exploring. But we got the one that's close by. This, however, is one of the torches. And you might be asking yourself, what exactly is a torch? Like, surely just a stick with some fire on it is not going to make an asteroid come crashing into a planet. And, well, the thing is, torch... By torch, they really mean more like rocket, as you see here. So, we gotta shut that thing down. And there are 3 of them. Let's save, because I don't think we've saved yet on this asteroid. And then, you can see signs of enemies. And, however, all we see right now are these cylinders. And, well, what types of enemies tend to have that rhombus sign on them? Only the big ones. Like I was saying, I think we might actually want to get down from here. You know, in the past, it's typically been things like get armatures, get colossi, or what we've got here. But this time, a slight modification. A slight deviation. These cylinders. Let's see if we can get a little closer to this one.
Headed in the right direction. I don't know who you are, but I'm... Damn it.
Okay. What are these cylinders, you ask? They're turrets. Except they are different. Whoa, I did not mean to get out of there, but, okay. They are different. Because these turrets have, basically... Ow! Basically shields of a sort. Those cylinders are basically just, like, protective, layers. And someone's shooting us from here. And, so you cannot shoot them from range like this. You'll deal no damage to them. They basically have a wall protecting them. They only drop down those walls once you get closer to them, as we did in this case, by driving up to them with the Mako. And so that means the usual strategy of trying to, you know, snipe the turrets from afar and sort of duck behind cover once you do fire and just rinse repeat doesn't work so well against these guys, or actually doesn't work at all unless you get close enough to trigger them. The other thing is that their rocket fire is actually the rate at which the rocket travels through the air is faster, so it is much harder to dodge them than it is with other rockets. So it also makes it more difficult to just do the typical like rock back and forth and dodge the rocket fire that way. What I'm trying to do here is approach from angles such that we can take out one turret at a time, and that one was an obvious one that was off by itself. These ones, much less so. Much less so. Love to find a way. Just have one of them open up, and I'm thinking that one might be the most isolated here. That might be best. Otherwise, those 3 over there, I feel like are all going to open at the same time, and then got a lot of things firing at us simultaneously. There's also that. Hold on. It really does seem like there's something else shooting at us. What exactly is this? Oh, there's another one right there. That's the one that must have been shooting at us. I didn't even see you. Hello. See, now it opens up. And, I think we've got some other turrets that have also opened up, but, okay, that one's down. Who else? Who else? Who did it? You? You opening? Somebody started opening when we moved just a slight bit further. We had more rockets coming our way. Who was it, though? Who did it? When I was thinking originally that I was gonna go for you, but I totally not even realized that guy was there. So I'm thinking we try to kind of come at it from this angle. Make it so that this one is the only one that opens up on us. If we can, that would be lovely. Hello, good sir. Care to open? Now you have. Nope, now you have. Ooh, and yep, the other ones did take notice as well. There we go, that one's down, this one is still shooting at us. Yep, this one is open too. Try to take you out. That was poorly aimed. There we go. Okay, so now I believe there's only 2 left, at least looking at our map here. Seems like that should make it fair, but oh, you're open this range? Wow. That means we can perhaps do more of our typical strat. Just 1 left. Over here. Also down. Yeah, it does seem like, ooh, not sidestep that quickly enough. There you go. That's very clearly quicker rate of fire, or rather the actual projectile goes through the air much more quickly than the other turrets typically would. But like those ones, the one up in that area only opened up when we were very close to it. Same with that one there and that one there, whereas these opened up from quite a far range. So much so that it was basically these all opened up simultaneously, which makes it that much more difficult. Alright. That means taking care of those. Let's maybe save before hopping in here. Checking out our first of the torches. Okay. Let's... oh. Draw our weapons here. That doesn't look good. That definitely doesn't look good. Nor does this. Excuse me? Who are you? Batarians? And if you have not yet been to Ferris, then this also may be the first time you are seeing Varen. Obviously, we have previously, although this is a pretty huge Varen at that. And then Batarian troopers, which we've heard about Batarians, though I don't actually think we've seen them previously. But not much time to chat here. Let's slow down. He's Varen. And ooh, right, we did not put stasis on Liara. But we did for Singularity, which is quite good. Okay, and there's more where that one came from. There's also a big explosive area right behind you. Also, please don't snipe us. Throw a barrier on just in case. Okay, there's more people coming our way, aren't there? That Varen out of here. That other Varen out of here. That is another sniper. This time taking sights on Liara. Let's maybe try to sabotage your weapons if we can from this range. What weapon do we have? Garrus is on the sniper? Okay, that's probably fine. Actually, Liara is as well. Oh, that's from... apparently we were using her on the Besiege base mission previously. No, she should be on a pistol. If she would switch, you know, because she actually has training for the pistol, where she doesn't for that sniper. Okay, so we got more Batarians out here. If we could, like, try to Singularity to pull that guy out from cover, that'd be great. Thank you. Love to see it. Also, just moving the cover, why don't you? That works too, I suppose. Oh, hello. If we could, like, actually die, that'd be great. Fine. Excuse me? Oh, Liara standing in front of me? Is that why it wasn't letting me shoot for a second? Alright, as you can see, the Batarians do heal. You leave them alone for too long. I believe that was the last of them. And so, yes, we saw it many enemies in here, in fact, although they sort of come in waves. I think they fight, I think they never come out all at once. So in that way, it's a little bit safer. We've got, area up here. It's kind of interesting. Doesn't seem like there's anything up there other than just potential for some more cover. And can we go up here, as is often the case, to a second floor? Looks like we can, but let's check out this room first. Down here. A grenade storage box. That'll just, well, give us some grenades. I suppose shouldn't be too surprised about that. Storage locker. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do that. There we go. Okay, nothing fantastic here. Anything else? Don't think so. In which case, oh, right, that looks like something we can loot, but apparently not. Same with that. So let's head up to the second floor in that case. And anything over here? Looks pretty empty on this side. Yeah, let's head in this room then. And actually, I would think this is where we'd actually turn off the torch then, because I haven't seen anything along those lines just yet. First, we loot priorities, right? There we go. Still not great. Okay, we've got the torch controls here. Is there anything else? Looks like that's it. Alright. Now we have to disable this. There we go.
Speaking as the torch is offline. Was that you? Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Who are you?
Shh.
What's going on?
My name's Kate Bowman. I'm an engineer. I was part of the team assigned to bring this asteroid to Terra Nova.
We were attacked yesterday by Batarian extremists. I've been hiding since they arrived. I think they know the torch went out.
Okay, so they may have figured this out. What exactly do they want? Why is this happening?
Why are they doing this?
I don't know, but if this asteroid isn't slowed, millions of people on Terra Nova are going to die.
If I find out anything,
I've gotta go. Good luck.